Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. Kind of a simple premise to this episode, more of a thought chain really than an episode, not really of our usual format. But something I've noticed lately is YouTube ads suck. I don't mean they're terrible. I recognize YouTube has expenses and they've got to pay for things. But I mean, the quality of the ads is just horrible. They're cookie cutter, boring schmoz fests that do nothing to attract you to the product. Let's pretend they're advertising a car. They show your standard car commercial with it going around the corner. Remember back in the 90s when the Nissan guy, they had the G.I. Joe who came to life and drove a little radio-controlled car around, picked up Barbie and stuff like that? That is clever stuff. But you don't see that on YouTube. And there's thousands of commercials on YouTube. Not one of them you look at and you say, hey, that's clever. I like that. It's always, here's this drug. These are conditions that it treats. Talk to your doctor. Or, here's a product. Blah, blah, blah. There it goes. Yet for some insane reason, despite the fact YouTube bombards you with boring product placements, when a content creator actually puts some effort into a sponsorship, they have to put a warning on it. Paid advertisement. Why is a content creator, and I give the content creators out there, the various channels, a lot of credit. They do a good job at selling whatever the product is. They certainly put a hell of a lot more effort into it than the companies do. I mean, you turn on regular TV, and they have some clever commercials there. I can't think of any at the present time, but that's just because I haven't had TV in quite a while, and I only get to watch it when I'm around other people. And I'm not paying attention to the commercials, and that's a pretty rare occasion at the present time. But there have been thousands upon thousands of interesting television commercials that make you go, huh, neat. Or, wow, that's spectacular. Or even start memes. The Budweiser frogs, for example. The What's Up guys. Kind of showing my age with those references, but are just pointing out. There used to be some creativity, some spark, some je ne sais quoi that went into making a commercial because you wanted to get the audience's attention. But on YouTube, it seems like they don't really care. They've got your attention. You're either stuck watching the first 5 seconds before you can skip it, and I would love to know what the skip rate is. That'll be something YouTube will never publish. Or they have a 30-second commercial that they lock you into watching, which, again, it pays for the content creators. It pays for their expenses. I understand why they have to do it. But they could put some effort into it. Don't tell me about Coca-Cola, to be honest. I don't understand why Coca-Cola advertises. Who doesn't know about Coca-Cola on this planet? Maybe those uncontacted Brazilian rainforest tribes. Other than that, you can go knock on the door in rural India and speak to the person who walks out and say, you know Coca-Cola? Oh, Coca-Cola, yes. That might be the only English they speak. But they know Coca-Cola. In Russia, in the Soviet Union, before the wall fell, they knew what Coca-Cola was. They also knew what Pepsi was because Pepsi made a trade deal with them. But they still know what Coca-Cola was. Why Coca-Cola advertises is a mystery to me. But they have put effort into their commercials. The polar bears that are associated with Coke around Christmas. Perfect example. Every year, people start looking forward to that polar bear commercial. But there's nothing equivalent on YouTube. Again, the content creators do a good job. The Dollar Shave Club, I know about that from the content creators. They do a pretty good job of showing it off. Although I've noticed that it's usually particularly hairy guys that get the Dollar Shave Club to sponsor them. Silverlight has clean-shaven face, and I have never been sponsored by Dollar Shave Club, nor do I really want to, but that's besides the point. There you go, free plug for the Dollar Shave Club. I'm terrible at marketing my skills. Anyway, back to the original point. Just YouTube, please give us commercials. Tell your advertisers that if you're going to be making us watch 5 seconds to 30 seconds of a video, make it interesting. Banks are not interesting. Again, banks, I don't know why they advertise. You pretty much know the banks in your area once you're past 7 years old. But they have a lot of money. They got to spend it somewhere. But please, show me some dancing. Show me a bullfight. Well, maybe not. That can be controversial. But it would be something more interesting than just the friendly, happy face behind the counter, shaking the hands and sitting down, which is pretty much every bank commercial on YouTube. Again, car commercials, showing a car driving by. It's hard to get into every single product, but you get where I'm going with this. So here's my challenge to YouTube. Make your advertisements interesting. I'm one of the people that actually uses the upvote and downvote on advertisements. It's not always offered, but it's so hard for me to upvote an advertisement. I want to say, that's a good ad. That caught my attention. Even if I don't like a product, if an ad is entertaining, I'm willing to sit there and say, okay, that's a good ad. But I never get that opportunity. It never comes up. I've downvoted a couple, but in the past couple of years, I'm going to say 3. And they were all for reasons that I think were quite justified. Either they were somehow offensive or they were somehow, completely stupid. And they were not in any way making a creative contribution. YouTube is supposed to have the motto of express yourself. So, if you're a YouTube advertiser and you somehow stumbled across the Silverlight show, I'm challenging you. Express yourselves. Make a commercial that makes me want to buy your product. Something that's more than just, here are the facts about tooth decay. Buy our toothpaste. That stuff was boring in the 70s. And I can't talk about anything earlier than that because I wasn't born earlier than that. 70s, cavity creeps. See? Interesting stuff gets your attention. Where are these advertising executives getting their ideas? Because they're not putting anything into a creative thought process. It's a cookie cutter process. Now, this would be beneficial to absolutely everybody. People would get more interested, more engaged. People might not skip your advertisement, at least not at first. Right now, everybody by default hits that skip advertisement button unless they put on a video to listen to while they're cooking or cleaning or whatever it is, in which case, yeah, it's inconvenient to go and hit the skip advertisement button. Again, I'd love to get a statistic on that, but that would be almost impossible to measure. YouTube, you're worldwide famous. You are synonymous with the internet. You're one of the biggest productions out there. Why can't you encourage the people who pay you money and who give you a product to sell? And I don't mean that offensively. I mean that to say you're supposed to sell that product. Why can't you say, we'd love to sell this, but be like a book editor? It's a good book, but it needs to change this, and then I can sell it to the market. Book editors do it all the time. They've been doing it for possibly 100 years or more. Why can't YouTube content creators do a better job than advertising agencies with millions of dollars in potential budgets? If you give me $1 million to produce a commercial, I'm going to go out and hire somebody, up-and-coming director, and I'm going to say, okay, pitch me ideas for this. And then we're going to say, okay, this one is going to get us attention. Not, here is a candle holder from IKEA. You put a candle in it, it glows, and then you show 2 people kissing in the background, and very boring concept. So, like I said, advertisers, you need to be not boring. You need to be interesting. Hit. Please, just please give us something we want to watch. Because realistically, you're expressing yourself on YouTube as well. And if you're expressing yourself as boring, you're not selling anything. you're literally throwing your money down the garbage. And nobody wants that. So give us something good. Just a little rant from today on the Silverlight show. It's been percolating in my head for months, and I just decided to get it off my chest. But anyways, thank you for watching. You can like, you can share. I hope I get a couple subscriptions, but realistically, this is kind of off-brand for me, so any feedback at all is appreciated. You can reach me on Twitter at Silverlight Live. You can email me at silverlight@gmail.com. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day.